Today we are starting a new series about embeddings, which is one of the very popular topics in AI because it allows to create very powerful search capabilities and therefore to provide better context to your agent, such as your internal data. In this first video, we will check what is an embedding, so a bit of theory, and then how you can request these embeddings in the Python SDK from Mistral AI. In the second video, we will implement a vector database from ChromaDB to make the process more efficient. And finally, the third video will be an end-to-end project in which we try to include a lot of different capabilities that we have seen so far, such as the OCR, the embeddings. We will include again this vector database. We will provide a response to an LLM and really manage the project end to end. So first of all, what is an embedding? If you know already, you can skip this section. I will add the chapter in the video. Embeddings, this is a numerical vector representation of data. It means that you can provide some words or text, and then a neural network will convert it into a list of different numbers. Each number will carry some meaning, and all together it will capture really the semantics of your word or your sentences. The main benefit of this is that, as you know, computers are not really good at working with text. However, they are made really to work with numbers. So once your text or sentences is converted into numbers, it is very easy to perform some calculations on them and to calculate similarities between different vectors. That's what is written here. Basically, so first you request a vector, so you convert your text into a numerical representation of your data. After that, it means that you can plot actually your data into a vector space. Each number is a dimension, so then you could have a very big chart with all these dimensions. Very complicated for us to represent more than 3 dimensions for a human, but a computer would be very good at working with this. And then each dimension contains some coordinates in which you can plot your different chunks that are embedded. Similar meaning are close together, and the one that carry different meaning are farther apart. Let's implement a very simple example. I started here with 5 words: coding, computer, kitchen, carrot, and sun. And I created some dummy embeddings. So I just created these numbers myself, just based on how I wanted them to be represented on the plot. Here I start with coding, then computer, kitchen, carrot, and sun. And this is a 3-dimensional vector. So for each word, I provided 3 numbers. After that, just a bit of coding so I can add them in the 3D chart and see how they look like. Let's execute this cell. And what we can see here, the words which are similar, or at least that have a similar meaning, like coding and computer, are close together. The same for carrot and kitchen. However, sun is a completely different concept than the other words, so it is further apart. Here, this is a very simple example because we have only 3 dimensions. It's convenient because for us, we can easily represent it. However, you can imagine that the commercial or open source models are much more capable, and they include hundreds or thousands of different dimensions. So here a few examples: ADA002 from OpenAI, 1536 dimensions, or the one that we are going to use, Mistral Embed, contains 1024 dimensions. As we discussed, once we've got these vectors, it's easy to calculate similarity between these vectors. And there are different metrics that you can choose from to calculate the distance between 2 vectors. So you could have the cosine distance, dot product, and a few other. We are going to use the cosine distance because this is one of the favorite metrics when you are working with some text embeddings, and quite easy to implement as well. I am using scikit-learn, a library about machine learning, because it contains already a function to calculate the cosine similarity between 2 vectors. I'm just creating a variable similarities, and I use this function to which I provide the dummy embeddings that I created earlier. And then I can just wrap all of this in a pandas data frame so it's easier to display, and this is what you see here in the table. You can see the words that are both in rows and in columns, and the different similarity scores based on this cosine similarity. So of course, similar words have the perfect similarity, 1. So coding, coding, computer, computer. What is interesting for us is to look at the rest. So we can see that, for example, coding, the highest similarity would be computer with 0.998, and then kitchen, carrot, and sun. Computer, of course, will have the same score with coding, 0.998. And if we look at some other, like carrot, has the highest similarity with kitchen. So this is already what we have seen on the plot, it's just a different way to represent the data. So let's try now with a real example and directly in the Python SDK. We need to create a client from the Mistral AI library, and we need our API key to instantiate this client. And I will start with two documents. As we said, we are not obliged to embed only single words. It can be full text. So here I've got 3 sentences for the first document and 3 sentences for the second document. I took some extract from an earnings report from Tesla. So the first document is about some financials, and the second document is about some of the AI infrastructure. So let's request the embedding, which is very simple because from your client, you just use the embeddings module and there is the create method. The model is Mistral Embed and the inputs are your different documents in the text format. And now we get an embedding response, and within the data keys, so here we see data, and then there is an embedding response, which contain also a few properties, and then within this response, we need to go to embedding to get the vector. So first I will display this response.data. This is where we end up with a list of 2 embedding responses, as we provided 2 documents, and after that I will extract specifically the embedding section within each response. So I'm creating a list comprehension, I loop through this response.data and I extract the embedding. And that's how I end up with a list that contains 2 vectors, so a list that contains 2 lists, basically in Python. And now that I've got this, I can reuse my cosine similarity function from scikit-learn and calculate the similarities between these 2 sentences or these 2 documents if I'm interested in that. And we can see that the similarity score is 0.72. Now, if you want to ask questions about your data and find the most similar document, you will need to provide a question and to embed this question with the same model that you used to embed the previous documents. Once you've got your embedded question, you can calculate the similarities with every document that you have already embedded, and this is how you will retrieve the most similar. So here my question is, how much sales have they reached? So I would expect that the most similar document would be the first one, which is about the financials, rather than the second one, which is more about the AI infrastructure. So again, I will use mistral.embedding.create, use Mistral Embed model, and I'm providing my new chunk of text. After that, we go through the same process. From the response, we extract the data. We know that we will receive only one response because we provided only one document. And from this document, I will extract the embedding. And after that, I can append it to the list of embeddings that we have already, which was the one that contained our 2 documents. So I will end up with 3 embeddings in this list: the first document, the second document, and my question. Let's do that. And what we can see when we recalculate the similarities now is that the last one, the third item in the list, is my question. Of course, the most similar would be, if we compare to the question itself, a perfect score of 1, so we are not interested in this. We are just interested in the 2 other scores. And we see that, as we expected, the most similar is the first one, with a score of 0.67, compared to the second document that has a similarity score of 0.62. So if you want to do this programmatically, what you can do is you start from this similarities array, you extract the last item, so at index 2, which is this one, your question, and then you want to extract these 2 scores, because as we said, of course, you are not interested in the perfect score 1, which is comparing just the question to itself. And once you end up with an array of these 2 values, you can use the function argmax to extract the index of the highest value. So it will retrieve 0, which is the first index in the list. And after that, if you've got here your list of documents, you can use this index to just extract the document itself. This is how it would work. Normally, the next step is we would provide this document to the LLM that can use this context to provide the answer to your question. So here we ask how much sales they reached. So it will read this document that we provide, and it will tell us that the sales were here 16 billion in Q1 2026. So that's it for today. In the next video, we improve the process. So instead of storing everything in some Python list and computing everything manually, we will include a vector database that will make the process much more efficient. I see you in the next video. Bye for now.